This is second video, and I am for to talk about big secret in the government. Government have big secret. Uh, it's about rules and laws that they have in the motherland. When you turn 50, it is considered like treason. It is crime against country to turn 50. They see age as sign of weakness. They don't so much like over 50 people over 50, unless of course you are in the government, and in that case you can live as long as you want. But for everyone else, when you hit 50, they kill you. Now, for to do the killing, there is this special part of government that kind of handles these sort of things. The one of the branches is we call it C.R.I.M.E, because its initials spell out crime. It is the Commission for the Research for Inquiry of Methodical Extermination. And basically, what they do is they look for different types of execution method that are particularly painful. Or, well, at least they used to. It all started back in the 1800s. It's very secret, so no one knows exactly when, well, the government know when, but they don't tell the people exactly when they were started. It was back sometime in the 1800s, and they researched different type of executions. The mother country has executed people using many different ways. For a long time, they did, the guillotine, they did hanging, they did drawing and quartering, impalement, boiling, disembowelment, the garrote, they did flaying, they did the pressing, they did the breaking on the wheel, they saw the people, they occasionally, there was crucifixion long time ago. There was even some boiling. They did the brazen bull for a while. That one was popular. There was a lot of screaming. They also looked into doing like Colombian necktie, which is where they slit your throat and pull your tongue out through it. Yeah. And then they also considered the Republican marriage, which is where they take man and woman, strip clothes, tie together, and drown. Although if there is no water, they just impale. And they considered those, and a lot of those that I listed were actually enacted in the mother country and used a lot for a while. For simple things, aging, going to the bathroom too many times, giving children rubber duckies, celebrating birthdays in excess. Things that bring joy. Generally ended in execution if you did them a lot. But especially aging, it is one that we have never understood. There does not seem to be much reason that aging is crime against country. It no makes sense. So there is the government branch C.R.I.M.E that research different methods. At this point, they really just like to stick more to the typical ones. As the times went on, they did do the firing squad, except in mother country, instead of having a bunch of blanks, there were no blanks. They wanted everyone to hit them in various parts of the body. They actually put the bullseyes on all over body, 6 of them for each person firing, and they all hit a different one they had to hit. That is not so typical. But then they did, hanging, electrocution, uh, the gas chamber. They did do the gas chamber, and now it is more, lethal injection. They like to put in weird chemical though, like they don't just like, do the ones that they do in America, the sodium thiopental to kill you, the pincurium bromide to, like muscle relaxant and paralytic and stop diaphragm, and the potassium chloride to whatever, the sodium thiopental potassium, the potassium chloride kill you. But they don't just do those. They put in weird ones, to inflict pain and the burning sensation in you, before they actually kill you. Like, first they completely relax muscles, they play with you a little, inject chemicals that will just make it burn and it'll just cause you much pain, but you can't scream. They think it's funny. And then they make you go to sleep and then kill you. They just like to have a little bit of fun first. And that's the crime. That is their job. And then the people who actually carry out the executions are the RGH, the removal of graying Homo sapiens. That is just mostly for, aging. It is they don't just kill the people and carry out the execution. They also track people, like their age. They track how old they are, and then they hunt them down if they don't turn themselves into the government at age 50. If you turn yourself in, then it's a nice easy death. It not very painful. It's peaceful. But when you avoid the government and make it to like 51 or older, then they torture you. They like the ones where they can hang body parts on display so that people can be deterred from committing future crime. My uncle, he lived to be 53. They killed him, and it I still am scarred by the memory of there was a lot. It was, they drew him, and then they cut him. They did a little bit of the Ling Chi, like Death of a Thousand Cuts. They cut him a little bit, and then quartered. They started to quarter so that he was in pain, and then while they kept the horses stationary while he was pulling, they disemboweled him while heating him under front fire. It wasn't. It was not pleasant. The government it just. But that was back before we fled country in like the 1970s. They don't so much get away with that. They have to appear like they are sensitive to people, and they are killing them in humane ways. They don't want war. Again, they don't want problem, so they just kind of lay low. They do that stuff in secret, and the news reporters actually are afraid to report it, or they will die. And it will be painful.